Welcome to The Source, where we combine the headlines with in-depth conversations with the newsmakers themselves. Today on the program, government officials counter a former policeman's claims.
Si Michael Yang ay may involved sa pag-import at tumanggap ng mga sangkap, chemical at laboratory equipment na ginagamit sa paggawa ng shabu.
Linking the president's former advisor to the illegal drug trade.
Huwag kayo maniwala nitong, lalo na ito si Asierto. Tanungin ko kayang military pati polis, bakit buhay pa yung yun?
Also, celebrities in the narco list, but will the president release their names?
You can see them anywhere in the TV, even movies. May gumagamit ng cocaine, may gumagamit ng party drugs, merong marijuana, meron din shabu.
And with the president's admission that the drug problem has worsened, is the war on drugs failing? Philippine Drug Enforcement Chief Aaron Aquino joins us live. Thank you for joining us. I'm Pinky Webb. The Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency is standing by the president's statements that the accusations hurled by former policeman Eduardo Asierto against former presidential advisor Michael Yang have not been proven. Asierto was dismissed from service last year after the president tagged him in the illegal drug trade. He resurfaced this month and made allegations against the former presidential advisor due to alleged threats to his life. Malacanang, on the other hand, says Asierto's allegations are meant to discredit the president. Also, an update on the narco list. And is the war on drugs on the brink of failure? Let's go straight to the source of the story. We have PIDEA Chief Director General Aaron Aquino. Sir, maraming salamat. I know you've been super busy, especially the past couple of months. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning to everyone.
Okay, sir, si Senior Superintendent Eduardo Asierto, he gave you an intel report. Yes.
That's right, yes.
When? And what did it contain?
That's sometime third quarter of last year, 2018. And immediately after I received that report, actually pumunta sa opisina ko. And mahaba-haba kami nag-usap doon sa opisina ko. And isa lang naman ang request niya sa akin na makaabot sana yung report na yun sa palasyo. And I did that. Binigyan ko ng summary report si Secretary Bongo sa palasyo nung nakita ko siya. At sinabi ko sa kanya na, Secretary, merong report, si Colonel Asierto, about Michael Yang. And nabigla, siyempre. First reaction ni Secretary, nabigla siya kung bakit, ano nangyari sa report na yon? Ba't nagkaroon ng report na gano'n?
Bakit may Michael Yang? Parang gano'n,
may Michael Yang. And alam niya na kaibigan ng presidente yan, kaibigan rin ni Secretary Bongo. So sabi niya, sige, paabutin ko kay presidente yan. And sabi niya sa akin na dapat siguro mag-imbestiga rin kami bakit lumutang yung ganyang report na yan. So parang nakakabahala sa kanila. Hindi nila alam kung bakit may lumabas na report si Michael Yang na involved sa illegal drugs. And then after a few weeks, nagbigay na nga ang statement ng presidente. Na-assume, nakarating talaga kay presidente yung report ko dahil nagbigay siya ng statement about Michael Asierto and Michael Yang.
You mean Eduardo Asierto?
Yes.
And Michael Yang. Okay. And what was the statement then? Yun yung sinabi niya na palaging kasama yan.
That's right. Oo, kasama lagi ni Ambassador yan.
Oo, yun. That is the statement.
At parang sinabi niya na yan si Colonel Asierto, ganito, ganyan, kung ano pa yung nasabi niya. And pag na-prove yan, si Michael Yang, parang I will bury him alive. Parang something ganon. May statement na lumabas na ganon. So, inassume ko na yung report ko na pinadaan ko kay Secretary Bongo, nakarating kay Presidente.
Because of the President's statement. Sir, ano ho bang nauna? Nung binigay ni Asierto yung report sa inyo, o yung lumutang yung pangalan ni Asierto doon sa magnetic lifters that supposedly contain shabu?
Nauna yung report.
Nauna yung report?
Yes.
So, tama po yung sinasabi ng ilan na nauna yung report, tapos tsaka lumabas yung pangalan niya. Because he's saying that the reason lumabas yung pangalan niya was because of this submission of this intelligence report linking this Michael Yang. Correct, sir?
Yes. Oh.
Okay. May basis ba yon? Because if one were to think, nagbigay siya ng pangalan, malapit sa presidente, dating economic advisor ng the president, then months after, siya na yung itinuturong involved sa drugs.
Hindi totoo yan, Pinky. Kung titignan mo, nag-imbestiga ang Senado dyan, ang Kongreso, nag-imbestiga rin ng PIDEA, nag-imbestiga rin ng NBI. It was proven yung involvement niya sa magnetic lifter smuggling. Lumabas niya, kaya nga pinailan ng PIDEA. Separately, pinailin din ng NBI. Sabi ko nga sa kanya, kung gusto mong i-clear yung pangalan mo, Jojo kasi ang tawag ko kay Colonel Asierto eh. Kung gusto mong i-clear ang pangalan mo, bakit ayaw mong umattend ng Senate at congressional hearing? Para siya bulang nawala noong Oktubre. Eh kung totoo nga yung sinasabi niya na malinis siya, wala siyang involvement, bakit hindi niya tinapos yung hearing? Bigla na lang siyang nagtago.
Why did you say that so you got what month did you get the report, more or less, sir? Sabi niyo third quarter? Maybe August?
Siguro mga September, August, mga ganon, 2018.
Yeah, pero yung magnetic lifters was discovered July or August, right, sir?
Oh, pero parang
Hindi pa lumulutang ang pangalan niya.
Yes, parang hindi pa yata lumulutang ang pangalan
Wala
niya
pa.
during that
Yeah.
time.
So nauna yung discovery of the magnetic lifters,
Right.
and then he passed on this intel report. How thick was it? And ano ho bang nilalaman? Did it contain pictures, affidavits, witnesses? What was in the intel report?
It's a report dated 2017. Kita mo nangyari yung sinasabi niyang alleged na involvement ni Michael Yang noong 2004 sa Davao City in Cagayan de Oro in 2005. 2019 na ngayon. Ba't niya ngayon binubulalas yan? Dapat noong 2004 pa lang, binulalas na yan.
So
It contained a 10 pages report. May mga pictures, at saka merong mga allegations sa mga report doon na, yun nga, si Michael Yang nai-involve doon sa Davao at Cagayan as importer ng mga laboratory equipments, yung mga precursors, kung saan paano paggawa ng shabu. Yun ang report niya ron.
Yung report po doon, nakasaad na in 2003 and 2004, sir, in...
4 and 5.
Sorry, 4 and 5, about this clandestine shabu laboratory, drug laboratory in Davao, na sinalakay nila. Tama ho ba, sir?
Kasama ako ron.
You were there.
I was there.
Was the name of Michael Yang, did it surface then in 2004? So
Yung nga nakakapagtaka eh. I review yung... nagkakaroon ako ng kopya ng aming, yung aming case operation plan o co-plan Crystal Gold. Yun ang pangalan namin nun, yung operation na yun. It's a case operation Crystal Gold. Ang nag-head ng operation co-plan na yun, si Colonel Wilkins Villanueva, who was then PACER. At the same time, siya yung PIDEA 11. Si Colonel Asierto naman, siya yung AIDSOT, yung Anti-Illegal Drugs Special Operations Task Force ng PNP. So, nakiusap si Colonel Asierto kung pwede sila maki-join ng operation kay Colonel Villanueva, who will head the operations. So, ang nangyari, nag-combine yung PNP and PIDEA 11, yung particular operations na yan.
But hold on, sir, just to be clear, si Asierto was PNP AIDSOC. So PNP siya noon, together with Colonel Wilkins,
Right.
Villanueva. Siya po ang sumama kay Colonel Wilkins. At napasama po ang PIDEA because of who?
Wilkins.
Oh, sorry, Colonel Wilkins. Okay.
Ako naman, naka-assign nun sa regional RIID nun, sa Pro 11. So, napasama. Besides, kasi mga kaibigan ko ito si Wilkins and si Colonel Asierto during that time. 2004 yon. And ni-review ko yung co-plan namin. Never did I see the name Michael Yang. Meron kaming target doon, 13 of them ang target namin. Iba-ibang mga pangalan, mga Chinese, mga Filipinos. And yet, wala akong nabasang Michael Yang.
So why didn't you ask Colonel Asierto, sir, nung binigay niya sa iyo yung report, na iniugnay niya si Michael Yang? Bakit mo sinabi, what's his name, sir? Jojo? Bakit nung sa case report natin ng Crystal Gold, wala namang pangalan ni Michael Yang?
Alam mo, sa tagal na kasi, Pinky, hindi ko na maalala kung sino yung mga target namin noong 2004. Kaya hindi ko na i-question sa kanya kung ba't wala si Michael Yang. Nung ni-review ko na lang, at nagkausap kami ni Wilkins, sabi ni Wilkins sa akin, Sir, yan si Colonel Asierto, mukhang nag-iimbento. Sabi ko, bakit? Wala naman tayong target na Michael Yang sa Davao. Mula sa umpisa hanggang huli, ako ang pinaka-project director doon. Ako ang may hawak doon. Ako ang kumukumpas doon. And yet, never nag-float yung Michael Yang. And now, nagtataka daw siya, bakit ipino-float ni Colonel Asierto si Michael Yang sa operation sa Davao?
Okay, let's move to Cagayan de Oro. Meron ho bang Michael Yang na kayong na target in Cagayan de Oro? Kasi dalawa yung kanyang ginagamit na examples na halimbawa, a raid in Davao and a raid in Cagayan de Oro.
I guess wala rin Wala rin yung although hindi na ako nakasama doon, no? Kasi ang AOR ko lang is Region 11. So hindi ako nakasama doon. And besides, wala rin sinasabi sa akin si Colonel Villanueva relating one Michael Yang. In fact, doon sa aming NDIS o sa PDEA watch list, may lumabas na Michael Yang.
Okay, meron.
Pero sa PRRD list, walang Michael Yang. Tinignan namin yung Michael Yang na yan, ay isa alleged drug pusher sa Suwal, Pangasinan. So, yung report na yun, lumabas sa NDIS namin noong 2004.
What's an NDIS?
National Drug Information System or yung tinatawag naming PDEA watch list. Sa amin lang yon. So nagpakandak ako kagad. Kaya nga nung na-receive ko yung report ni Colonel Asierto, tinawagan ko kagad yung regional director ng Region 1 at pinaalam, imbestigahan mo nga yung one Michael Yang dyan sa Region 1, particularly dyan sa Pangasinan. Kasi may binigay sa akin na report si Colonel Asierto. So inimbestigahan niya, ang problema, hindi niya na makuha dahil ang tagal-tagal na nga. Yung mga neighbors doon, tinatanong niya, chinek niya na rin sa DTI, hinihintay niya pa yung mga resulta and everything. Walang, mukhang ibang Michael Yang ito. Yung kanyang Chinese name na Hong Ming Yang, chinek na rin namin. Lumabas doon na may isang Hong Ming Yang sa Samar, isang operator ng mining company, at saka isa namang Chinese teacher dito sa Caloocan na ganoon din ang pangalan. So, we guess na iba na naman tong mga pangalan na ito. So, ngayon, hindi talaga namin ma-relate itong Michael Yang na ito doon sa illegal drugs na nangyari dyan sa Davao.
So the Michael Yang, sir, so nung binigay ito sa inyo ni Colonel Asierto, you did something about it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Inimbestigahan ninyo.
Yes.
Gaya nung sinabi niyo, yung tao sa Pangasinan na Michael Yang, na hindi po siya yon, at yung kanyang pangalan na Ho Ming Yan, na isang teacher at isang minor,
Yeah.
at hindi din ito yon.
Right.
So, your investigation...
Meron pa palang isang Michael Yang na lumutang sa Bulacan. Isang transportation owner ng mga business niya ng mga transportation.
It's a little hard, sir, no? Because Michael Yang would be quite
A common name. Yeah, that's right.
So, mahirap din talaga. I mean, and I can imagine that marami ho siyang kaparehong pangalan. But never in your investigation lumabas yung Michael Yang na presidential economic advisor ni Pangulo.
Yung wala
mukha
yun.
niyang yon, yung itsura po niyang yon, that never appeared.
Yeah, walang ganon.
Why do you think Colonel Asierto is saying this? Kasi again, if it's motive, mahirap pong sabihin na kasi iniuugnay siya. Kasi nauna po siyang nag-allege bago siya naiugnay sa drugs, di ko ba?
Yeah. So, well, according to him, may bounty daw na 15 million sa ulo niya, kaya niya inilalabas ito. Sa tingin ko, hindi lang naman yun ang rason. Ang talagang rason nito, gusto niyang i-discredit ang ating presidente. Maybe even PDEA, the PNP, and all others na gusto niyang sirain. But somebody is supporting him, of course.
And who would that be?
Siguro, hulaan na lang nila kung sino yun. Palagay mo.
Pero, so, you don't see any credibility in his allegations, sir? Ganun mo ba yun?
Well, kung titingnan man natin, na-dismiss siya sa PNP because of yung 1,000 pieces ng AK-47
Armas.
na naibenta sa NPA. Imagine mo, 1,000 pieces yan. Tapos yung nagkaroon siya ng issue sa WERFAS, yung tungkol sa mga firearms licenses. Ngayon, nagkaroon siya ng issue dito na involved siya sa illegal drugs sa magnetic lifters na hindi niya man lang nagpakita, hindi niya man lang tinapos yung hearing sa Congress at sa Senate. So, in terms of credibility, kayo na siguro mag-iisip kung credible ba siya o hindi.
Does he even have an ounce of credibility para sa inyo, sir?
Well, kayo na nga maghuhusga. Kung meron pa sa akin, palagay ko wala. Kaya lang, kung ano man yung report na inano niya, inimbestigahan. Yun ang importante, inimbestigahan ko, Pinky, na hindi lang itong report nito, hindi ka credible, ibabasura ko na lang yan sa basurahan. Hindi ganun ginawa ko. Ang ginawa ko, nag-imbestiga ito. It's a proof. Nagtanong ako sa RD ng Region 11, nagtanong ako sa RD ng Region 1 to produce documents kung sino itong Michael Yang na ito. At yung request niya na ipaabot ko sa palasyo, pinaabot ko.
You did that. We'll be taking a short break. This is The Source on CNN Philippines. Still to come, has the war on drugs worsened? PDEA Chief Aaron Aquino will still be with us after the break. You're watching The Source on CNN Philippines. Our guest today, PDEA Chief Aaron Aquino. So, sir, in terms kay Colonel Asierto, is there still an investigation, number one, on his claims? Are you still investigating it or are you done?
No, we are not done. We're continuing validating his report. Kumakalap pa rin ako ng investigation. Actually, kanina umaga, tinawagan ko uli yung regional director ng PDEA 11 trying to get some information again about Michael Yang. So hindi kami hinto hanggat matapos namin itong pag-iimbestiga about Michael Yang.
Even if you say that he has no credibility, you're
Yes,
still doing the
of course.
investigation.
Lahat kasi ng report, whether galing kung kanino man yun o hindi, lahat tinitingnan namin. Hindi namin binabasura yan. And then we'll just prove later on kung yung report na ba yun credible o hindi.
But, sir, would someone like you, the PDEA chief, even really, siguro, put an ounce of, siguro, seriousness dun sa allegation ni Colonel Asierto kung meron kang presidente who even says, tinatanong ko nga bakit buhay pa yang si Asierto at saka the president denying any involvement of Michael Yang. Does that put you in a little bit of a precarious position? Na sabi ng presidente, walang kinalaman yan si Michael Yang, tapos si PDEA mag-iimbestiga pa?
Well, sabi ko nga, ang PDEA, kami nakaka-receive ng sangkatutak ng report. Kaya kami may hawak ng lahat ng mga liste. And every time we get reports, we validate reports. Trabaho namin yun mandate namin yun na pag may na-receive na reports, talagang i-verified namin yan, i-confirm yung mga reports. And that's part of our mandate. So, ganun ang ginagawa ko, Colonel Asierto. Maliban doon, siyempre, naging kaibigan ko yan si Colonel Asierto noon at nakisuyo sa akin na may report na yan. Bakit hindi ko naman bibigyan ng importansya ng report na yan to verify the report? So, ginawa ko lang yung tama na i-verify yung reports na katulad na sinasabi ni Senator Lacson na dapat imbestigahan.
Yeah.
Yan ang ginawa ko noon pa. Kaya lang talagang hanggang ngayon, wala akong makitang Michael Yang na i-involve doon sa drug laboratory sa Davao at saka sa Cagayan de Oro.
In that 10-page report, just very briefly, sir, there were no testimonial evidence. Wala ho ba? Ano yung nakapaloob doon sa report? Was it just pure allegations?
Well, may mga report doon, mga 5 pages about Michael Yang, yung mga cohorts niya, si Alan Lim, si Johnson Chua, and all the C brothers, kung anong nangyari, kung anong inoperate doon sa Davao. Tapos may mga pictures doon ni Presidente at saka ni Michael Yang. Ayan, katulad siguro yan, nakikita natin mga pictures na lumalabas. Something ganon, meron din ganon. And then, yung mga SOI, yung summary information, for example, ni Michael Yang, yung mga C brothers, ni Alan Lim. So, yun yung nakapasok doon sa report na.
Is Michael Yang a legitimate businessman from your investigation?
Well, based doon sa pagkakatanong ko sa regional director ko sa Pro-11, he is a legitimate.
All right. Sir, we need to change topics. The drug problem has worsened. The president is saying that. What do you say to that? Kasi minsan, sir, kahit ako, I'm a little bit confused on what's really happening. You have a president who is big on the war on drugs. You have the PDEA. When? A couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, 1 billion pesos worth of tinatawag yung high-grade shabu ang nakita doon sa isang bahay sa Alabang. Hours before that, nagkaroon din kayo ng buy bust, hindi ho ba? Sa Alabang din. Hundreds of kilos of shabu as well. At yung cocaine on the shores of the Philippines. So, ang dami pong huli. Ano ba ibig sabihin nun? Are you winning the war on drugs? O pasok lang na pasok ho ba talaga ang droga dito sa Pilipinas?
Well, this is the first time that we have seizures as much as over 5 billion pesos in 2 months. Ngayon lang tayo nakarinig niyan. So, anong magiging first impression mo, Pinky, pag ganon? An ordinary Pilipino, hindi exempted ang presidente. Kasama na siya dyan. Ang magiging impression mo, nako, lumalala yata ngayon, bilyon-bilyon na, kaliwat kanan, Diyos ko. 1.89 billion sa Tansa, 1.1 billion sa Ayala Alabang, 1.8 billion sa MICP.
Yan yung March 22, MICP, very recent.
Ilang pang susunod na bilyon-bilyon din. So talagang normal ang maging impression ng ating presidente na talagang nagiging serious. But you know, we are winning the war. Based on our arrests, yung surrenderers, clearing of barangays, yung number of mga conducts natin ng operation ng high-value targets and high-impact operations. Kasi pag sinasabi mong ano talaga, na talagang lumalala, then parang lumalabas na we are losing the war. Pero you know, ngayon lang kasi nakaka-receive ng ganyang impormasyon ng ating presidente, na dati noon, sa shape pa lang, naghuhuray na kami lahat. Ngayon, nagiging milyon. Ngayon, bilyon na. Baka sa sunod na ilang taon pa, mga trilyon na siguro aabot ng pagpasok. kita mo sa ibang bansa, it's much worse.
Yeah, you were telling me that you were saying something about another country, sir. Anong huli?
Myanmar?
Myanmar, 20.
I think 20 tons
Tons
ang
ang
nahuli
huli.
nila. I think last week lang o this week, nahuli nila na 20 tons.
No, I guess the question, sir, is kasi ano yan ang Pangulo campaign promise niya yung war on drugs na matapos ang war on drugs, hindi ho ba? So, ang ibig ho sabihin ba nun, dahil sa mga huli ninyo na tonelada, natatakot ho ba ang mga drug lords na dalhin sa Pilipinas? Do they even think the president is serious kaya pasok ng pasok po ang droga?
Mukhang wala na silang takot eh. Yung sinasabi mo kanina, they are fearless. Totoo yun eh. Kasi sa sobrang laki ng involvement ng pera sa droga, maraming pumupunta sa ganyang business eh. Kaya makikita mo dati yung mga, kaya nga wala nang masyadong karnaping ngayon eh. Wala na rin masyadong kidnapping. Kasi yung mga dating kidnapper at saka karnapper, into drugs na ngayon. Kasi mas malaki ang kita sa drugs kaysa mangarnap ka, kaysa mangidnap ka eh.
So, would you say, sir, that mali po yung impression ng Pangulo that the drug situation has worsened?
Hindi naman. Yun ang kasi nagiging impression mo eh. Normal yun na magkaroon ng impression. Kahit ako eh, nung unang impression ko, yung nakita kong bilyon-bilyon na Pinky, parang lumalala na yata. Kasi nung unang panahon, may naririnig ka bang ganyan na bilyon? Wala eh. Pero kung anong ginagawa noon na pag-i-smuggle at saka ngayon, pareho lang.
How do you know that?
How?
Yeah.
Matagal na eh. Itong apat na drug syndicates na ito, ginagawa na nila yan. Even countries, makikita mo kung gaano karami ang huli nila. Kaya lang, hindi naging priority program ng mga previous presidente. Kaya hindi masyadong, yung effort ng PIDEA and all other agencies, hindi nakafocus dyan. We are focused something else, hindi dyan. Kaya nga, wala ka nahihiling bilyon, madalang lang ang milyon, pero makita mo ngayon, sunod-sunod. At saka importante dyan, alam mo, Pinko, yung aming international cooperation.
Yeah. Because at March 22, sir, that's very recent yung sa MICP, yung nakuha ninyong shabu. Shabu ba yun, sir?
Right.
May tumawag ho sa...
Yes, intelligence sharing between Philippines and Vietnam.
That may naka-park doon sa container, no? Hindi pa lang papasok, sinabi nandun na. Di ba, sir?
Actually, nandun na. Kasi prior to that discovery dyan sa MICP, nakahuli ang Vietnam ng 300 kilos ng the same packaging. Kung sa, yan.
That green one.
Ganyan din ang nahuli sa Vietnam.
Sir, pasensya na. Ano ba dapat yan? What is it supposed to be, that green package? I know you're saying it's shabu, pero ano yung sa mata ng normal na, yung common tao, ano siya dapat?
Well, yan, tea yan eh.
Is that
it's a
tea? Okay.
packaging ng ano yan, kung Chinese tea nakalagay.
Yeah, but ganun lang, sir. Yung cover lang, tapos yung loob drugs na
Yeah,
kaagad.
that's right. Pinasok lang sa loob. At tapos makikita mo yung green ng mga sack sa likod, yan, ipinasok uli. Yan ang ginawa. Tapos, pinasukan nila ng plastic resin sa loob. In short, yung mga plastic bags na yan, puro plastic resin yan. Yan yung ingredient sa paggawa ng plastic eh. So, isinulod dyan. Dyan tinago yung mga tea packages na yan doon sa mga plastic na green bags. So, ganun ang nangyari. So, out of 460 bags ng resin doon sa container van, 12 na bags ang may laman na ganyan.
I see. So it was a mix, ganun ho ba?
Minix sa
I
loob.
see.
Kumbaga, itinago yan sa siguro pinakadulo ng container van, pero yung mga harapan, legitimate
legit
talaga na resin.
Okay, we'll be taking another short break. We'll be right back. You're watching The Source on CNN Philippines. Our guest today, PIDEA Chief Aaron Aquino. Sir, celebrities involved in illegal drugs. Ilan ho sila and what are your thoughts on this?
31 sila. Sa PIDEA list lang yon. Watch list namin. Wala pa yung PNP watch list, wala pa yung NICA, wala pa yung NBI, wala pa AFP. So, yan 31 yan. Sa amin pa lang yan. So, combine, baka umabot na mahigit 100 yan pag kinombine namin lahat ng watch list namin.
If, kung iba-iba po yun nasa laman ng inyong listahan.
Correct. Baka yung iba naman nagdo-double.
Right.
Right. So, yung 31 yan, 11 are actresses and the 20 are actors. Their ages ranges from, most of them are in the 20s or 30s.
20s or 30s?
Yes, may mga 40s and 50s.
And what is the common drug?
The common drug is it's shabu and ecstasy, no? And some are taking marijuana, but about 5 or 6 are taking cocaine.
Okay. Sir, how sure are you about this list of yours, this 31 celebrities?
These are reports coming from intelligence units, no? Kaya nga sabi ko, these are unverified reports. We need-
Unverified.
Yes, it means kailangan pa nilang magdumaan sa isang proseso ng validation to confirm report.
Yeah.
Ang gusto ko lang naman sana ipahayag, sana, kung katulad sa MPD, nagkakaroon kami ng internal cleansing, just like the PNP. Sana itong mga artista magkaroon ng internal cleansing din. For example, yung Channel 2, Channel 7, Channel 5, kung ano man channel, may mga artista yan.
Yes.
Dapat gumawa na sila ng initiative na yung artista nila, ipa-drug test nila. It should be mandatory and surprise drug test.
Wag voluntary.
No, it's not voluntary. Dapat mandatory drug test lahat.
Okay. Will you release the name, sir?
No.
I'm sure. Kasi sa narco politicians, walang ayaw na ni Chief eh. Di ba, sir? You were really against that from day one. So you will never release the names.
Pero huli namin sila. Time will come, we'll catch on you.
Sir, just very quickly, kanina we were talking during the break with the Director General. Kahit ho ba isang beses lang silang nag-take ng drugs, user, qualified na ho, pwede na ho ba silang mapasok sa inyong listahan?
Yes.
Maraming salamat.
Even once.
Okay, thank you to Director General Aaron Aquino, and thank you for joining us here on The Source. I'm Pinky Webb. You're watching CNN Philippines.